Hey guys, Mike here. So today, I'm here to talk to you about Black Christmas. In this review, I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my quick thoughts about the film, and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review as spoiler-free as possible. However, if you don't know anything about the film and want to go in completely blind, then it's just come back to this video once you see the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we? So in Black Christmas, it's the holiday season and we follow a bunch of young women in a sorority house. Most of the college students have already gone home to celebrate Christmas with their families. And the last couple of girls are getting ready to go home. That is until they find that they're being stalked by strange men in black robes. And this would be bad enough if they weren't also trying to kill them as well. So now they almost band together to try and survive the holiday season. And so we have Black Christmas. Now, going into this movie, I didn't really know that much about it. I watched the trailer, but it wasn't exactly a memorable one, and it pretty much all went out of my brain. And as I got closer to the release of this movie, I found out that there was an original Black Christmas back in the mid-70s. And so after seeing Black Christmas 2019, I decided to look up what the IMDb rating was for Black Christmas 1974, I believe it was. Looking at this score, you know what? It's a decent score. This version seems to be, you know what, quite liked. And whilst looking this up, I found out that there was a Black Christmas 2006, and looking at this score, it didn't look like that this had improved upon anything of the original one. So then I decided to look up Black Christmas 2019, see what its IMDb score was, and it's not exactly good, is it? So, is this score deserved? Yes, it very much is well deserved. Because honestly, going into Black Christmas, I thought this would just be a run-of-the-mill slasher flick where they all start to get picked off until they decide to fight back and win the day. And honestly, that's exactly what this movie is. It pretty much goes exactly like that. But the biggest issue surrounding this movie, other than being generic, predictable, and generally not scary, is also the fact that this movie also includes heavy gender politics. Now personally, I have no issue with girl power in movies. If done correctly, it can really service the story and elevate the movie to even greater heights. However, if you make this the entire sole focus of your movie, then you're going to have a bit of a problem. Because this movie could not be ridiculously more one-sided and very black and white. There is literally no grey in this movie. It pretty much says, if you're a woman, you can do no wrong, and if you're a man, then immediately you are a bad person. And honestly, a lot of the things that are said in this movie, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Because, you know what, if they're not being serious with this movie and it's complete parody, complete satire, then, you know what, this is quite hilarious because I remember laughing for most of this movie as opposed to being on the edge of my seat and ready for a good scare. However, if they're being 100% serious with this movie, then, by God, some people need to have a reality check. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people that are like these characters within the movie in real life, but I gotta say that they really do over-exaggerate the issues that are presented in this movie. And the main reason having these gender politics within the movie really bothers me is because I watch movies to pretty much escape real-world problems. Because the world is in a constant state of crisis, there's always something going on, there's always some great tragedy that's always going on. And sometimes it's just nice to escape the real world and just fall into a magical sci-fi world or a magical fantasy land or just watch a political drama or a movie where people just, you know, like fight each other or shoot each other with guns. You know, just a nice escape. But when I'm forced to enjoy these silly arguments and these silly debates that go on in real life, that's where I just kind of switch off, really. And also, like I said, the rest of the movie doesn't really hold up to any kind of standard either. There's not really much gore, it's not very scary, the kills aren't really that creative, and there's just no intrigue to this, and the characters aren't really all that likeable in any sense, really. Honestly, the only pros I would kind of want to pull out of Black Christmas is that I really hope that this movie doesn't ruin the career of the young actresses and actors that are in this movie, and that, you know, everyone who either did watch this movie, you know, did have a good laugh with it, because God knows they ain't going to be scared of it or learn anything. But now, as for whether or not you guys should go and see it, honestly, I wasn't going to recommend this movie anyway because taking one look at the poster, I knew this wasn't going to be one that I would recommend anyone to see. But given its massive issues and that there's really not all that much good about it, I would say give this one a massive pass. It's not really a good Christmas movie, it's not a good movie in the slightest, so just do not go see this one. Okay guys, that's my review of Black Christmas. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite Christmas-themed horror movie? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. And until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!